how are you doing? So I've been shooting a lot of black and white lately. I've been binging quite a bit of Matt Day, and he's always shooting HP5. The weather has also been kinda yuck lately in Hanoi, I guess is part of the reason. How come it's possible to have overcast weather and it's still like 40 degrees Celsius? Makes no sense. So yeah, I've been shooting on this device, the Nikon monochrome. Well, it's obviously just the Nikon Zf with the black and white switch toggle on. So yeah, in today's video I want to share my experience shooting monochromatic images and why you probably should do it more regardless of your camera choice. In this usual street photography in Hanoi settings, frankly, it's not my favorite place to take photos. I rarely take anything that I'll actually consider good here, but it's home, so it is what it is. This switch is actually one of the favorite features in the Nikon Zf. Having a black and white image in your viewfinder when you want to shoot black and white really puts you in the mood, And it's nice that I can toggle that with just one switch. I only have like two modes in my head when I'm out shooting photos anyways, either in color or black and white. It's not exactly like shooting film because, well, when you're shooting film, you're always looking through an optical viewfinder, but still. A monochrome image in your viewfinder really helps with composing and visualizing your black and white photos. It's a gimmick switch for sure. You can definitely do without on other cameras by just changing the color profile in camera. But I still think it's a very cool gimmick and it's much better than say the film sim dials of the newer Fuji cameras. Like the X-T50 that I used to have. Side rant here, but I really hate that shit. It replaces an actual useful dial that I rather have like the ISO dial. For something not even the JPEG film sims enthusiasts use just for the sake of, I don't know, being trendy on TikTok or something. So this switch, you're not losing any features for it. It's just an extra toggle between photo mode and video mode, so that's great. I've actually kinda been in the mood myself in the last few weeks or something, which I guess is part of the reason that I was shooting like a lot of black and white. Barring the occasional explosive sunset or beautiful sunrise that happens like every few days in a year in my home, all my photos have been in black and white. Shooting black and white, I think, requires a much different philosophy than shooting color, which is also a reason why I think you need to see the black and white images. Whether through the viewfinder or in your head if you're shooting film or something. There's an inherent abstractness to a monochrome shot because black and white remove a very important layer of a photo. It's kind of like a burger with no meat patties in it, and hence the outer layers must be stronger. Those are light, composition, and emotion. My emotions! My emotions! Shooting black and white will help you see the light, which sounds kind of ominous, but I mean literally. When I shoot in monochrome, I tend to notice lines in my surroundings a lot more. I think it's easier to see light when it's sunny outdoors because there's literally sunlight blasting everywhere, which I guess is why I mostly bust out black and white in overcast conditions. Partly so I can train my eye to find these subtler lights. I think this is ever more important when you're shooting portraits. Seeing the lights in your subject's face or directing them to better light. It makes quite a difference between getting an okay portrait and a great portrait. Not that I've ever taken a single great one in my life or anything, but Shooting in monochrome will also help you with your composition skills. Since you don't have to think about color, I think you can better arrange stuff in your frame. And I think it gives you opportunities to make a more visually striking photo. This photographer Adrian, for example, makes very striking black and white compositions. I guess it's something you can only do when you are really dedicated to the look. It's not my preferred way to shoot like that. I don't have a lot of interest in shapes and patterns, but it's a nice thing to keep in mind, so I can have that in my shot too if possible. Anyways, many shots I took in the past, when looking back in retrospective, I think would actually work better in monochrome. Color can often make a frame messy, since there's a lot of random color in our real world. It's rare to have a color shot, which the color is also adding to a frame. Some people just shoot like only abstract color photos. That is also not my cup of tea, but I do like looking at them occasionally. I still like shooting colors, especially on a nice sunny day. I guess I just like the color of sunlight a lot. I think the aspect that I'm actually most interested in having in my photos is emotion. My emotion! And that is brought out a bit more when you're shooting monochrome. The look is like inherently sadder or something, because we often associate black and white photos with like old-timey feeling or death or something. Here's a bit of a side rant. Does it make any sense to you that your middle age just zips right past you somehow? Like when you were in school, 1 year seemed to take forever to go by. But now it seemed like 2 or 3 or 5 years just went by in a jiff. Like holy shit dude, I'm not invincible anymore. My neck and my back hurts all the time. I'm just thinking about humans' mortality a lot these days. Life is unpredictable and there's no guarantee that you'll see your loved ones tomorrow. And I guess taking photos is my way of holding on to the little time we all have together on this earth. That's the shit you don't think about when you're young. Anyway, sorry for being a downer today. Let's brighten up a bit and talk about gear. In this case, lens choice for your black and white photos. I've been using the Viltrox 55 1.8 Evo here in the last few weeks, as it's a shiny new thing that I've just got. And as I said in my last video, I've been really liking this Evo line of Viltrox lenses. The usability is great and they give me this look that is quite close to medium format in my opinion. Yeah, I say it again, please don't shoot. The 55 should be even better than the 35 in this regard because it's more compression. 65 is right in that portrait focal length you usually get from medium format film portrait shots. Like the Pentax 105 f2.4 or the Mamiya 110 f2.8. So yeah. I mean those lenses are like a stop shallow depth of field in full frame equivalent, but I'm starting to realize that I don't actually like shooting that shallow most of the time because I like having context in my photos and not just blow everything into oblivion. 50mm was my favorite focal length for a long time, and now that I'm settling on bringing 2 lenses from my travel, I'm glad to be shooting it again. My model / wifey has been quite busy lately though, and the weather has been kinda rough outside, so I haven't really got the chance to try shooting these full body medium format look portraits, so these street photos will have to hold us over for now. Of course, now that I have these Apple lenses, I'll shoot black and white where chromatic aberrations don't matter. Great decision, Peter. Some people are just wide different, you know. And yeah, again, as I said in my last video, my favorite thing to shoot recently is shooting wide open at a further distance to get that subtle separation, as you can see in some of these photos here. With the 55 though, I do have to close down sometimes, as wide open the bokeh can be a little bit much. This is obviously not the only lens you can use. Using a soft, dreamy lens like this Jupiter 50f1.5 evokes a totally different feeling, a little bit more nostalgia, a little bit more dreamy. Or you can also use a zoom lens or telephoto lens to simplify the composition and get a more abstract photo. But yeah, I just like using this normal focal length at like 35 or 40 or 50. It's just my happy place. My workflow editing black and white is also quite simple. I don't do any crazy dodge and burn or anything, unless I really like a shot, and maybe I'll do a little bit of it. I don't have anything against that. I'm just lazy, you know. I used to do that quite a bit, but I feel like that often just led me to trying to like save a bad photo. So yeah, now I basically just have a monochrome preset that I've worked on for a while that has this high contrast, low-key look that I like, and I apply that to all the photos when I import them. You don't really need any special equipment to shoot monochrome photos from your camera. Any digital cameras in the last 20 years should allow you to display in monochrome. So yeah, try switching that on. I think most of us will never have the money or the dedication to buy a monochrome camera, and that's totally fine. But it's fun to pretend to see how that would be like, right? And now the plus with shooting black and white is the keeper rate seems to be quite a bit higher than color somehow for me. When I'm shooting color, after a whole day of shooting, maybe I'll get like 1 or 2 photos that I like. And the rate of keepers in black and white is much higher, so that's a small feel good thing for me, you know, when I just like need a win. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Try shooting black and white on whatever cameras you own if you haven't. Maybe it will surprise you. Hope you have fun and enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys around.